Hi everybody, we are in Israeli Frenemies. I'm Boaz Etzny, I'm in charge of VIP tours in Samaria Regional Council, and we have here also Ravit Hecht.
I'm Ravit Hecht, I'm columnist Haaretz, and I suppose that I will represent the left side here.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Yeah.
Probably.
We'll see.
I'm afraid so. Gaza, the biggest impression about the situation in Gaza is embarrassment of Israel. Israel does not really know what to do in Gaza because it's not a war, it's a very soft terror, but very, very bothering. And I can remember I was an activist in 2005 against the so-called disengagement. Israel thought that we will leave the troubles behind us. We will leave Gaza, remove the Israeli communities, remove the bones out of the graves, and forget about the troubles. Surprise, surprise, the troubles are chasing us. And we have a problem, a big problem. We have the Hamas arranging a march of return. Return where? They want to return to Tel Aviv, to Ashkelon, to Be'er Sheva, all the pre-67 borders, the old little Israel.
Of course they want to, but, we can, want also or desire many things, but the situation here, Boaz, you mentioned the disengagement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problems, one of the biggest, I think, I won't say lies, but truth in Israel is that we left Gaza and then everything happened. All the bad things happened, like terror and stuff like that. First of all, the way we left Gaza, okay? Without an agreement, without, also Lebanon, by the way, it's the same story, okay? And then people are surprised that there is no peace and nothing good came out of this. Also, I remember when I was a soldier, I was a soldier during the 90s, I remember in Gaza there was terror and also dead soldiers. I remember. Do you remember the Philadelphia strike?
Sure, of course.
And many soldiers lost their life there, and I'm not sure that even you want to go back to this situation. What do you think we should do? As you said, I mean, there is nothing to do, nothing military to do, because we are handling there and we are fighting there, kites, drones, stuff like that. I mean, this is not an army against us. Those are terrorists with all kind of primitive things. I won't say that they are not bothering, they do, but this is another proof that there is no military solution there, or in my opinion, in everywhere else. There is only a political solution. There is only a political solution. There is only a humanitarian solution. And this is not me saying, or left-wing supporters say. Also the army, okay? And the chief commanders of the army, they say also that if Gaza will be relieved, then our situation will be better too.
I remember all the promises from the left before Oslo and before the disengagement.
Do you want to occupy the Strip again? Do you volunteer your children to occupy Gaza Strip again?
Maybe we will not have any choice. I don't want, but maybe we won't have a choice. But I
do you remember that the government leaked this, this program of the army to occupy Gaza in order to show the right-wing base how deadly can it be? You know why? Yes, because in protective aid there was...
I remember the situation. I'm too old to remember the situation in Gaza before Oslo. And after 67, we managed most of that period to keep Gaza and Judea and Samaria silent and peaceful. We did it until Oslo came.
Oslo is to blame in this situation.
Of course.
And why did Oslo?
Just a minute.
Yeah. What about the first Intifada? That was also because Oslo?
Yes, but the first
87.
The first Intifada was already calmed down, and then came Oslo, and the situation in Judea, Samaria, and Gaza was the same. We brought a terror organization to maintain the peace as a partner for peace. And surprise, surprise, they were not partners for peace.
Do you think that you can silence people forever, like 2 million in Gaza and almost 2 million in the West Bank? You can silence forever, and they will be nice, good children, and they will.
We can.
They will welcome your.
Because we have the experience. After we brought Yasser Arafat and his gang to maintain the peace as partners for peace. The security collapsed. In Jordan, it blew up in our faces in 2000, in the second Intifada, and we did the opposite in the two different areas. In Judea and Samaria, we actually reoccupied it, and today it's quite peaceful. Not utterly.
You have there Abu Mazen, which everyone here in the right-wing government calls him terrorist, but he manages.
No. It's our security. We keep him. We preserve Abu Mazen. Our security system.
And he preserves you.
Of course, this is its duty. Of course.
This is
but
duty.
In Gaza, on the other hand, we did the opposite. We didn't reoccupy it, but we considered utterly. We gave everything
without an agreement.
We gave it to Abu Mazen, and then Hamas came and took it because Abu Mazen is a joke. He's a weak element, and today we have there a very, very problematic whole military
I'm
front.
curious, you want probably to answer or to make Judea and Samaria and Gaza also a part of Israel, right? That's what you want. This is your wish.
Eventually this will be.
Yeah.
That will be the situation.
And you will give citizenship to 2 million people? No. So you mean you are going to...
They will get autonomy, and that's all. That's all.
They will be like 75% human being than you.
No, it's not. This is not the size.
But if you don't give them full citizenship, you don't give them political rights, full political rights, also the right to define themselves as a country.
Of course not.
Why do? This week, the Attorney General decided to file charges against the Prime Minister's wife, Sarah Netanyahu, and also Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to be investigated soon. Boaz, what do you think about all those events? What is your opinion?
I think that when there is a right-wing Prime Minister,
come on.
Come on.
I'm disappointed. Yes. I know that you are an honest guy. Yeah.
Okay. The investigation.
And what about Yitzhak Rabin and Ehud Olmert that, had to resign about much less than that?
We have a problem with the legal system here.
With the legal system?
It's biased.
And what about the lifestyle of the Prime Minister family? Do you live like that?
What about the
lifestyle? Do you live like that also?
No,
do you pay for your lunch and for your luxury? No?
No,
You don't?
I don't like this behavior.
Okay.
I don't like it. I would like it to be much better. But I can remember Shimon Peres, which doubled the budget of the President's house 3 times. And the media was silent, no storms in the media.
But it doesn't justify it. I ask you
when it
directly.
Comes to the left,
to the
Everybody
thing.
keeps
I know
silent.
you a little
There
bit,
is
and I know that
there
you
is a
are
double
you don't live
standard
like
here.
that. No, the
No, of
double
course
standard
not.
is yours. You know why? Because you said you opened and said that this is a political thing, right? This is a persecution thing, right? Like because there is a prime minister from the right wing, and you didn't condemn their lifestyle, the way they behave, the way they spend.
No, I condemn
public,
it. Of
allegedly,
course.
of course, but the way.
Let's make no mistake. I condemn it. I don't like it. I would not live like that. But when we have a prime minister, I would like the system to leave him alone because it's a small thing compared to the.
What is your red line? When will you stop defending Netanyahu? Theoretically.
When it comes to a real corruption. This is not a real all these cases are not real corruption. It's getting some presents from friends and so on. There
friends
is
in you know almost 1 million.
Yes, sure. Yeah. Yes, yeah. I told you I don't like it. But we had Shimon Peres. We had another things, and we had another interesting thing. Speaking about Gaza, when Sharon was a prime minister, again there were investigations, and then he declared about the disengagement, and all these investigations stopped like an accident.
It's not like his son was in the prison.
Yes, he got something very.
It's much more than others, you know. Let's see what.
It was symbolic. It was in your newspaper. Yoel Marcus wrote, "The corruption can wait until the disengagement." He said it. This was the headline. This was the topic. And the editor of Haaretz...
Do you want me to quote you what people say today about Netanyahu? And they will be so embarrassed and will be so ashamed.
No.
After, you know, his...
No, I said that there is a double standard. There is a double standard
also among you, because you don't live like that. You despise it.
No, yes,
the ideological right-wing people, and you still protect him. You still protect him, and also delegitimize all the system, all the justice system in order to protect him. And
all
this is
this
not
subject is in topics and very, very famous in all the headlines because this is the right-winger prime minister.
So what do you say about Ehud Olmert? You always keep saying that Ehud Olmert was a left-wing prime minister.
Olmert,
and then he also he offered Abu Mazen an agreement, and he didn't escape him from the prison.
Let me answer you.
Yeah.
When Ehud Olmert was elected, all his cases were published in News One, in one of the Israeli sites. It was all in their headlines. Nobody paid attention. The media didn't made out of it a storm.
The media doesn't. The media
system
here. You are a little bit confused because
they kept silent until he brought Daniel Friedman. He was the legal minister.
Yeah.
And he started attacking the Supreme Court. And then they took these cases from the shelf.
And then because of that you went, well, this is totally conspiracy narratives. Because he was, of course, because he brought to court.
Journalists openly suggesting in the newspaper, you go to the left and we will protect you.
that Haaretz, or even one of Haaretz local newspaper, Kol Ha'ir, he exposed all or part of Olmert's crimes. I mean, I don't know how you can. And also the media here, it doesn't send people to jail. This is the
but
justice system.
The media and the justice system are.
Those are very old bullshit today.
This is a classical deep state.
This is your way to recruit people by those concerns.
Israel, the Jewish state, is very complex when it comes to religious and state. And it became a political issue because Judaism is complex and unusual, and the religious and the nationality are mixed, and we never know where the borderline goes. So last week there was a big Chabad conference in Tel Aviv. There was a big resist in the left for the separation between men and women in this
it wasn't
conference.
Necessarily a left-right. I mean, I agree that in general the division was left were against it, and also the Supreme Court, which you
it wasn't the Supreme Court.
Pardon?
It was a court, not the Supreme.
No.
No,
okay, right. You're right. You're right. Also, he improves the so you know there are also nice things. I haven't heard you. I didn't hear you then say that the Supreme Court is completely.
I don't understand, but
the court system,
I don't understand.
The justice system is corrupted.
I don't understand the stand that claims that people want, all of them want to be separated. Why should anybody hurt their freedom? If somebody
well, it depends where, because you always find the women in the bed in a narrow and hidden and in the worst location when there is separation. There is never separation that women in the front. They're always back front. This is one thing, and another thing that I don't like in this. Who chose it? I mean, they were born in. If I was born to ultra-Orthodox family, what could I choose? I had to be a very, very, very strong person.
But how can you judge them?
I don't judge anybody. I just don't want them to enforce. You told them why you don't let them to live their life. I don't care. They will live your life. They don't let me. I'm gay, for example, and they don't give me.
This is a different issue.
No, this is not a different issue. It's the same because they know all the time to demand their rights, but they don't give. I'm talking about the religious establishment. Okay, they don't give others to live the right. If you want to marry her, you have to marry in a religious. Sorry.
What, this was a retaliation.
What?
The resistance for the separation in their conference.
What do you mean?
You say that they have their problems. Okay, but this was an internal occasion, internal event.
Okay.
They want to do it in their
I'm not
way.
necessarily.
Why should anybody interfere? Why?
Because I can understand it because this is not stands by itself in the context.
Why not? You are liberals.
Much. That's exactly what I hate. I will tell you, because we are liberals. The demand from liberals is to accept everything. You say, I'm not a liberal. I have the right to do whatever I want, not to to think what if others hurt or not, Palestinian, Jews, no matter who. Okay. And also, because you are liberal, you should absorb, you should accept when other people come to your house, and they force themselves. And we live in a state. They do now. Because I can't get married. I'm talking not about this special. No, I don't, because it doesn't stand alone. Because it doesn't stand alone. That's what I'm saying. We are living in a country that we have to get married in religious way. Otherwise, we are not acknowledged. We have to be buried in a religion way. Otherwise, we should pay a lot of money or to think about. I'm saying that the ultra-Orthodox and the religious public as well is not has all the rights here and all the legitimacy to live their life. Let me live my life, okay? And this conference, as I keep telling you, is not a disconnected event that stands by itself. It's part of a context here, okay? And this allegation that liberals should accept everything because they are liberals, it's not a fair game. It's not a fair game.
It was not done against anybody. It was internal event. Why should
I will tell you that if we had been lived in another country, okay, that I, as a gay, could marry my partner, and I didn't need to fight in courthouse in order to acknowledge my partner's parenthood to our children. Then, if everyone else, okay, gets his rights,
So that's
then
why,
I don't have any
that's
problem.
why leftists wanted to prevent
No,
this
it's much more
conference.
complicated than
why
that. I'm
did they
talking
do it?
personally. I'm taking personally
Okay, this
that
is a
I want
different
people
issue.
to respect.
But this is
that
a
I want
different
someone
issue.
else to respect my life, and then I don't mind, and I will be honored to respect his life. I'm saying this is another issue. The first thing that I told you, that all the time separation, in somehow you find the women thrown somewhere else, and they are behind bars.
But they choose to do it.
They do? They really
Yes,
do?
sure,
Okay, please
sure.
let ask them. I mean,
Okay.
I don't think that they are asked, and I don't think that they have another choice if they had born to those conditions and to this norm and to this system. To
Okay,
I mean, do you think it's okay that
the good word, something positive. I have a Facebook friend called Limor Lavi. Each week she publishes a very, very, very long list about the good things which happened in Israel last week. So this issue itself is very nice, and the fact that this list is long, it's very positive and very optimistic.
My positive angle is, of course, do you like soccer? Do you watch the world?
Not
how is
so
it
much.
called? No, not so much.
Mondial.
Mondial. It's also in English. Yeah. Well, let's hope.
No, it's not in English.
Let's hope so. Okay,
World
but
Cup.
everybody knows what we mean. I liked very much the Moroccan team, and actually, what I liked is, you know, they have fans left, right wing. I saw it on Twitter and Facebook. Everyone liked that. They were very nice and very positive, and they played very amusing soccer. Unfortunately, they had to go home because they were not probably good enough. But that was a nice relief from you know, the hardcore situations that bother us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for watching us. See you next week in Frenemies.
Bye bye.